Blunt Cut Metalwork, March 26, 2016. And today I'm going to test two blade. I make out a W2. And this blade here is the thickness is this is a little thicker than this one, but actually I blade with both. But this is 1.125 inch, and the Rockwell hardness is 65, and the thickness behind the edge is 10,000 inch. It's quite thin. It's more similar and more like a thin EDC, and the sharpening angle is 15 degrees precise. And this in red is pretty much everything else the same except the Rockwell hardness is 67.25, and this is as quench untempered blade. I tested this blade before, but now I'm going to retest it to do a regular, work and try to get some data out of it. Anyway, so they start out fairly, the edge fairly good, and then later on we're going to test the new phone book as the indication of where they hang up a little bit, but overall you can feel that it is sharp. Alright, anyway, so since we want to do more like an outdoor test, so let's start out with something that, something green. And so I'm just going to hack a few with its knife. And anyway, so that's the green part. So that these got actually, you can do press cut in them instead of chopping. That would be chopping. But I would do more chopping, since press cut would be like this is 67. You just get a press cut in them. See, and then you can. And those just press a cut. And of course we'll go through, and this block is fairly dirty, so I'm not sure. It has sand in it. But I'm going to just quickly, when people say batoning something, a lot of time means splitting. Baton to split, and I think that is about wedging thing more than cutting thing. So I like to subject this knife a little bit more of cutting thing. And these are just green stuff, so it's really soft. So I just want to go through some green stuff, before, so that you can see that I will do green stuff. I'm not going to even test the. And then we have something like, okay, blue, 65. And simply what you would do and say, this is oak, some white dry oak here from a pallet I break out before. And 67. Well, just whittling, I guess. Okay, and just dry oak. And we'll do a quick. Sometimes that such thin edge, and with this geometry, sometimes that you can, you want to check and see anything gross, weird, damage, abnormal damage, because that's a really easy task. And then I have here is If I whittle in something harder, and when you go into hard, and this is Gabon or Gaboon ebony, and so, and let go to 67. It's a lot harder to press to them. Okay, so that mainly press cut. Oh, you know, I got a whittle here, would be a little easier because I don't have leverage. Okay, so if the edge is, you see, when these things, the Janka hardness of these ebony is over 3,000 pounds. You know, Janka meaning they have a half-inch ball bearing pressed down halfway into the wood. How many pounds it take? And this thing over 3,000. And so, and now this you have, and this even stronger wood is Kumaru, which is Brazilian teak, and we'll get whittled the same way. And actually, it seems to be softer because I probably would the grain want to penetrate. 65, 67. Okay, so we'll go do a quick check on the edge and see any gross damage by these simple usage. You pretty much press cut through and see the 10,000 inch thick is actually thick enough. I should have clean the edge a little. Not sure I can cut through. 67, just fine. $65, fine. The edge fine. So that was got a press cutting around, and okay, when testing, I mean, I think the edge geometry meant a lot because, see, the steel strength can be 30%, 50% stronger or something. And you can say, wow, but if you have edge geometry, the difference between 15 degree per side, which is 30 degree inclusive, and 40 degree inclusive. The 40 degree inclusive, it actually is about 2.57 times stronger, or stiff and stronger than the 30 degree inclusive. So when comparing things, and when you have the edge, the sharpening angle at the apex there meant a lot. And so, and then you can go, you know, up and down from there, from say 30 degree, but again, the variation is really a lot. And so, when people cutting something, and now this is, I think, 12 gauge solid copper electrical wire, and I doubt that I can press cut through these things, so I will going to tap through it. Okay, and I cut right into that. Well, I think if damage you can do, well, I do in perpendicular, vertical, so copper is really soft, so I mean, I don't, well, the edge is quite thin, but you know, I don't expect major damage. This is 67 Rockwell untempered, so, and the 67 pass, and so, well, heat treatment can be a little varying a little bit, but and so, well, let's do a quick check on the edge. Copper, the in terms of the strength, it's so low. I mean, it's soft, like iron. So, and this is modern-sized steel, so it should be a lot stronger, even though you cut and you might have a little, you know, lateral or something. You might do some edge damage, but other than that, it shouldn't do anything. See, there's nothing to it. I mean, I cut right over here, and so that is a solid copper. And now, when testing an edge, you need to take it to when it fails. So and then you know its capability. So, and for these kind of really thin geometry here, so I don't have to chop as hard, and then I should expect to see some deformation or fracture. For the 67 Rockwell blade, I expect some fracture, but first, or chips. This is oak again, and I'm just going to do some, well, 2x4. I mean, the Douglas fir will be easy, but this is oak. I chop and I get flick or chop, flick it out. I mean, okay. So that's a 65 Rockwell, and that's a 67. Here we go. Well, I don't think. Oh, wow! There's a nail right there. Oops. Hopefully I didn't hit to it. And there's a nail. Wow, part of the nail. No wonder sometimes I find mysterious chipping. I wonder where it comes from. Here it is. There's a nail. Well, anyway, and so that it's all right. Chopping that is not as hard. And let's chop the Kumaru. Okay, let's check quickly so that we know that oak is okay. In North America here, these dry oak. So okay, so 67 is fine. Oh, but you're not here. 65 look like. Let me clean up the edge a little. I think there could be a tiny bit of roll because this is high sharpness. So, when the edge packs so thin, that you could end up with something. Good thing that I checked. Let's see, or either that or dirt. We'll see. Maybe it was dirt, or maybe it was something. Okay, maybe it was dirt. All right. So let's see the first up the 65. Let's chop. Look like this ebony is harder than seem to be harder than the Kumaru, so I will do Kumaru now. And you will see I expect some edge deformation because of this hardwood. There are a lot of, when I chop like this, there are a lot of ladder also. But that's 67? No, that's 65 on me. And this is 67. I think I chopped the 67 more than the 65. That's okay. If it cannot handle this super hardwood, it fell within the first 2 or 3 strikes anyway. There's something. There's something. There's something, tiny bit of something that, or could be dirt. There's a must be a super tiny microchip that I cannot see. Maybe you can see. Don't think so though. And let's check the other guy. Another blade. Yeah, seems to be all right. All right, let's try ebony. And so chopping, when you use it, the knife chopping is actually pretty tough. So I'm going to chop instead of with the grain. I think, well, this is knife block of ebony, so I'm not going to get wasted it. So I'm just going to chop kind of like this into it, which is a cross grain. That way I have less depth penetration. Yeah, I will weigh some of it 65. All right. I will switch sides so that will be fair. I will chop more with this 67. Come on, be fair to me. Okay, now 65 do also same number. And that is Gabon ebony. And a lot of time the wind kind of make it so that, oh, I think they're a little, wait, feel like I should learn to clean the edge. Something stuck up here. Okay, let me check again. It's definitely not as smooth as before. You kind of no hesitation right there. It's not as smooth, but I don't see anything major. Let me clear the edge. Oh, this thing, no. Yeah, it looked like there's some tiny minor thing. Alright, so that was, as far as I know, from the edge here, I don't see anything that considered to be tough task. So the knife survived pretty well. So I'm just going to chop the this is chopping this cable would be again you have more lateral, so the edge it take a lot more on the edge. All right, that ow, hit my finger here. It didn't go through all the way. Actually, it went through. I only have a little plastic left. All right, there you go. Boy, can't even chop copper. Okay, that red did more chop, so this blue will, the 65 have to do some more. All right. Check the edge. There's the 65. Look like a plastic thing. Copper is a lot easier to cut than, you know, like say chopping to ebony. So I don't expect much to have the same behavior. So Now I'm not, the test is meant to conduct, but look like only a tiny bit of damage. So I don't know, I have to need to push it a little farther. And I think, where is my little piece? And this is this is a little piece of burly African Blackwood, and baton to this one, I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some damage. Maybe. So far, we're doing okay. All right, let's try to do this. Let's make it easier for the 60. Okay, the job of the 65 is a little tougher. Go to all black. It's right here. Not, this thing is bouncy everywhere. All right, get better. See it? The bouncy, and also I go across this grain like this, so you can see the limit, and also you can see the cross section of this blade is extremely thin. Back there, probably about, maybe I'm guessing would be 20,000 of an inch thick. So there go the 65, and here is the 67. As I said before, I'm test until you find the destruction, and when the edge is, again in this case, the thickness is cubic, the strength. So therefore, if you start out with something, say 25,000, then it would be plenty of strength. But in this case, okay. Also, all the bouncy here. That the difference between a 65 and a 67. So you can use 67 to chop the 14 gauge solid cable, and no problem, you can chop to a lot of things. But when you are doing the certain kind of wood, and if you are wood kind of a lot of force like that, yep, it's rusted. Let me see, to have a kind of little reference to it. Since I already sort of destroyed it, I'm going to take it a little and say I'm going to just hack it, chop it right through here, we'll baton it right through here, and see what the undamaged part. You can see hacking cinder block didn't do much to it. It's dull in it. I can touch it now, but you can see right this part, no problem. Cinder block is soft. The integrity of a cinder block is because brittle. One, you kind of give it a big tap, then it will break it. And for the 65, oh, actually this one hit probably a rock or something in the part of the cinder, and also produce another chip. But you can see all these things, they doesn't cascade failure or anything else. And again, we're talking about extremely thin cross-section failure. And this thing is, again, it's about 20,000 an inch thickness right there. So usually this is what people do, is you try to penetrate it and then it wedge the cinder block. And Yeah, this one wedged it, and looks like it did have a tiny there. Talk about strength, because there are a lot of aggregate here. If you hit right onto one of these aggregate rock, then yeah, I mean the PSI is too high, and so you expect damage. And does the damage localized or it cascade? And this thing is localized, so it's all you need is stronger. That's all, more thicker. If you're going to do this kind of work, and so. Alright, I think the video is long. Thanks for watching.